And I'm back with more Ace Attorney Justice for All. The first part of the trial with Ini Miney on the stand took quite a bit of time, but we're going to finish it today. So let's see what happens. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way she could have killed her herself. Under the circumstances, there's no one other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why would she... Everything's going to be just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you taking revenge on Nick? It had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even when we're same age. Are you done yet? You've caused enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you. And let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Yeah, it's like I keep trying to follow the German accent things I've been trying to learn, but I always seem to lose it. Like, I go back to normal English accents, and then I go to... Because, again, I don't think it's too bad, because she does speak perfect English, but... I guess it doesn't matter too much. Can you prove that Miss Ini had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Ini Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. And that's the car accident a year ago. The motive I'm looking for is there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your accident last year. I thought you wanted to ask about my motive. I don't see the point in this. If you please. Okay. I don't think it'll do any good, but, That was, like, last year in May. Something really bad happened in my sister's clinic, so the night of the accident, my sister's totally tired while driving. I was, like, totally pooped too, so I fell asleep. I woke up because of a jolt, and, like, it was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away. I think I've heard enough of this. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows days after days on last year. And there was a talk about drugging your sister. Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Mr. Wright, you may question your witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Ray did, in fact, drug his sister. Which means I have to work from another angle. She was totally tired? Exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and was being investigated all day. It was like a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then that the car accident happened. So why didn't you switch places? What are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, you should have switched with her. True. But I don't have a driver's license. That is news to me. I was not aware that you didn't have your license. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Okay. I was like totally pooped, so I fell asleep. Alright. Miss Miney, that was a lie just now. What do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What's the meaning of this? Yeah, I had, I totally got it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? You talking about that fake pervert doctor? Yes, the perverted fake doctor. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like last November. What? The accident happened last May. It's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What the? That's what happened. At the time of the accident, she did not have a driver's license. Cry, and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and the sister would not have switched drivers. I'm like, glad you get it, but even if I had my license, I don't think my sister would have let me drive. Don't just stand there. Not you too. The whip and the pain and the ow! Why don't you just think of why they wouldn't have been allowed to drive anyway? That's 'cause I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony. How annoying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... Like, around that time, I was really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, totally a big fan of cars, and she, like, got in this big red shiny sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why we ended up in the passenger seat. I see, a bright red car for sport. Now then, question the witness. Third statement. Okay, cool. Yay! I'm getting there. Yeah. And it's a new car? Yeah! She had, like, gotten one from the UK. Were that her boyfriend's initials? It was a really special model. She waited a whole year for it to arrive. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was about to come up. Your Honor, please have the witness amend what she said. You mean the part about being an import car? Well, if that'll help. To be honest, I don't really know the point either. Would you fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. One, two, three. Well, the music stopped. I must have gotten it right. Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. It said you had this in it, but I opened the right door and got out. That's correct, isn't it? Why are you suddenly asking me? Which side of the passenger seat is on, left or right? Well, it's on the right side, because of course you drive on the left. That's what it would be if it was an American car, but it's the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding a British car. If that's the case, the passenger would have been the left side. Ugh! What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said you'd escaped using the right side door. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Order! Ugh! Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Ini said the person driving the car was her older sister. That's what she said, yes. But that's where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, looks like you found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there's going to be only one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Ini or Miney, who was really driving that night? The answer is the one person who'd have her driver's license, Ini Miney. After all, that makes her the only person able to legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Ini Miney, was in the driver's seat, which leads to the next question. Who's the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name is. Ini Miney. That's your real name. Of all the foolish dribble. Then, how do you explain her appearance? The witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction? This was the picture she gave at the time. That's right. It was a picture of her younger sister. But she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. But that's not the case. The body they found at the crash site was the body of the real Ini Miney. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Ini Miney. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Ini. With this, she effectively erased Ini Miney from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can see now why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back a spirit of the dead person. Specifically, the spirit of the nurse who died in the crash. Ini Miney. However, that would have not have been possible, because Mimi was still in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling taken place. So this witness had to stop it from happening, at all costs. And that's why she had to kill him? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Ini, Miss... Ah! Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My name's really Ini Miney. The quack doctor. He got what he deserved. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi, too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far to throw away your own self? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi wanted her old self to disappear because of this. That's about to malpractice. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Ini Miney. The person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Miss Miney was in a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying, and then her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imaginations. The jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Ini has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles. Why Miss Miney chose with such a complicated plan. And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of defendant Maya Fay. This is preposterous! I am perfect! Me, Franziska von Karma! I enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's gonna be broadcast all over the world, isn't it? Your defeat. Stop it! Oh, fucking hell! Ow! Ah, fuck! And one more! That's 4 more? Ow! Oh, God. This court is a fraud! A sham! Looks like we'll need some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty! That is all. The court is adjourned. And, Phoenix has now suffered several lacerations to his spiky hair and blue suit. And probably his face. Congratulations, Maya. Sis? It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis? I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a bad dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. Familiar? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi had planned to open the door herself. And then you and Lana would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fay, who had just committed a murder. She had it planned to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya! Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know, I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. Oh, it's gonna happen again, trust me. I'm fine because I have you to help me, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose something special to me. First my sister, then my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me, why my aunt went to so much trouble? Why would she help Ini Miney put a plan like that? Just don't get it. It's over. Why don't we just let it be? Please, I need an answer. The real reason she helped her. Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master would be born. And that person would be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the Maine's family bloodline would disappear. The Branch family? No, Morgan's spiritual power is weak. The next person would be Pearl's. What? Everything was done for her sake. It was also Pearl's would become the next master. I guess I can see that. Did Maya just say something? I think she was saying, I thought so. Huh? My precious Pearl. You were the only one suitable to be the master of Kurain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out that murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless Maine family girl, Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Whoa, fucking hell. Oh, God. Yay. I shall serve. And soon, we will begin Turnabout Big Top. And yes, it is one of the worst ones. So yes, we go from one of the best ones to one of the worst ones. That being said, I do think it will get better in the second half. The problem is, we have to get through the first half of Turnabout Big Top to get to the good stuff. But we gotta do it, so I'll see everybody later.